It might seem like your favorite shows and movies are constantly disappearing, but Netflix also adds brand new movies to its service every single month. We've gathered up our favorite movies on Netflix before, but if you're looking for 5 recent additions to the platform, you've come to the right place. Here are 5 of our favorite films recently added to Netflix. From acclaimed director Sofia Coppola, The Bling Ring is a 2013 satirical crime film based on the true story of a gang of young, fame-obsessed teens living in Los Angeles in the late 2000s. When 2 teenagers learn to use social media to track the location of celebrities, they start using the information to break into empty mansions to steal, party, and boost their status at school. David Fincher is no stranger to tales of serial killers, but Zodiac represents the first time the director tackled a true story. Zodiac follows investigators and reporters living in San Francisco throughout the 1960s and 1970s, as they're hit with a series of gruesome murders. As the killer continues to taunt both the police and the local newspapers, political cartoonist Robert Graysmith finds himself growing obsessed with learning the Zodiac killer's identity. Moon stars Sam Rockwell as Sam Bell, an employee for Lunar Industries who resides alone in a factory on the moon. Though the factory is almost entirely automated, Sam resides as the single human to ensure operations maintain at their standard pace. 2 weeks before the end of his 3-year contract, Sam falls unconscious after an accident involving his lunar rover. He awakes in the factory unharmed, but finds his doppelganger still passed out in the rover, leading to questions surrounding his employer. Christopher Nolan was no stranger to Hollywood when he took on rebooting Batman in 2005, but no one quite expected his trilogy to make such a splash. Batman Begins tells the story of Batman's origins, from the murder of young Bruce Wayne's parents to his training under Ra's al Ghul. When a murderous scientist begins to poison the streets of Gotham, the city will have to turn to vigilante justice to save themselves. The acclaimed sequel, The Dark Knight, is also streaming. Before we get to our final new edition, check out all these other films that are still streaming on Netflix. Few films have had as many versions and variations as Blade Runner, Ridley Scott's 1982 cyberpunk classic. Thankfully, Netflix is now streaming the final cut, the only version Scott had complete creative control over in the editing room. Blade Runner follows Rick Deckard, a former cop who is tasked by his ex-supervisor with hunting down 4 humanoid replicants who are on Earth illegally. When the 4 replicants head out on the run, Deckard realizes he might be in over his head. Movies come and go from Netflix all the time, so make sure you subscribe to Tech Junkie for the latest movie and TV show recommendations on Netflix. And of course, these aren't the only movie classics on Netflix. Let us know in the comments your picks for the best movies currently streaming.